Tanzania's President John Magufuli is at it again. This time, the clampdown is on internet users. New internet regulations in the country now requires bloggers to first register and pay a $930 annual fee before they can publish content. But even after providing this documentation, authorities still reserve the right to revoke a permit if a site publishes content that causes annoyance, threatens harm or evil, encourages or incites crimes, or jeopardizes national security or public health and safety. It's not just bloggers affected by the provisions, but online radio stations, online streaming platforms, online forums, social media users, and internet cafes, which are now required to install surveillance cameras.
Officially, the government justified the law that came into force in mid-March by explaining that social networks and blogs contribute to moral decay and sometimes constitute a danger to national security. But for Maxence Melo, the founder of the blog Jamii Media, one of the most influential in the country, the government's goal is to get rid of sites already deemed critical. I would like to remind you that Maxence Melo has already been prosecuted for refusing to disclose to police the identity of certain contributors to the authorities on this blog.
Head to the country where Sarah Zangu, a journalist, joins us from the capital, Dar es Salaam. Sarah Zangu, good to have you in the program today. Well, not everybody can be on TV or radio expressing themselves. This is taking away the very platform that is freely available. But what are bloggers saying regarding this announcement?
Honestly, bloggers are in denial of what is going on. And the fact is, almost all the journalists are scared of the government. And the restrictions of the government and the restrictions are because at the moment, anything that you report against the government is like being a traitor. And that is almost like a death sentence.
The law also stipulates everybody must protect their phones with passwords. Will this really help with personal data protection and the idea of having bloggers pay to do their job?
What I can say is the internet, on those issues, what we need as a country is one voice to come together and make a step forward into reality instead of a step forward into threat, okay? And the people, which in my opinion will bring nothing but destruction, okay, in our country. There's a saying that goes, you can fool the people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time, okay? And the growth of technology can never be avoided. That's to say that communication via the internet is inevitable. For as long as the world is progressing forward and the internet is more like oxygen in the progress. And it's like life, it's like death, it's like the death opinion. What I mean to say is, right now, restricting bloggers, internet users to pay for what they have to give to the community or to report whatever is going on in the country, restricting them is more like shutting their mouth. Okay, so when you tell bloggers to pay at least $1,000 a year, it's more like telling them not to say anything that is wrong with their country. People are going to avoid saying anything wrong that is going on in the country because they don't want to go against the government.
And Tanzanians have been lamenting over the political developments coming up now. And President Magufuli has even warned he will cripple any anti-government protesters. What's your take on this?
Tanzania at the moment is really going on through a very hard time, okay? Things are not really well. Businesses are shutting down. Everything is really going on into chaos. People really want to demonstrate on the 26th of April. You know why? Because life is so hard. Everything is really going on the left, not on the right. You know, because of the government telling us to pay on everything. When you want to voice up your voice, They tell you to pay for that voice you want to voice up for. Now, how can people operate on that? How can people tell each other the truth to say that? How can people tell each other what is going on? People are being found dead in oceans. People are being found dead on streets. People are being found dead. Not only people, but opposition leaders are being found in their homes dead. Opposition leaders are being found on streets dead. But again, where were all these things not happening before this era, before this Magufuli's time?
Well, it's indeed a question we'd really like to get the answer, maybe the next time when we have you in the program. But thank you very much for your insight regarding this latest move by Tanzanian authorities to clamp down on bloggers in the country. That was Sarah Zangu, a journalist in Tanzania, joining us from the capital, Dar es Salaam. We'd love to engage with you in these and other stories that we bring to you every day. Tweet us at Africanews and at Africanews FR in French and share your stories with us. And for the very latest news stories as they break on the continent and elsewhere, please visit www.africanews.com. Still to come on the program, a Ghanaian network engineer has introduced an innovation in Ghana's construction industry, an alternative way to build roads and pavements using plastic waste products. You definitely won't want to miss that. And we've also got more news from the world of business and sports coming up right after the break.